Morning, everybody. Happy Monday. This is it. This is the final day. It is almost 8:30 in the morning, so we're gonna get going. We got a lot of stuff to do. We gotta pack up, get ready, and then we're gonna be heading out and checking out the battlefield.
Oh, that's real nice.
It's a little misty and foggy this morning, so I'm not sure how well we're gonna be able to see, but we'll do the best we can. But I mean, yeah, we had a good time, and so we're gonna be doing this, and then later we'll be going back home. So we'll see you out there. Dad, I did that thing again. All right, folks, time to head down to breakfast. Let's go. Nifty little place. All right, breakfast was done. That was good. Some eggs, pancakes, and a little cereal, and a little bit of apple juice, an old-time favorite. Hey, Dad, how'd you enjoy your breakfast?
Very good.
We gotta admit, it wasn't as good as the Residence Inn, but it was good. All right. Time to go back up and pack up. Let's go. Okay, folks, we are all packed up. This is it. It's time to go. We are heading out into good old Gettysburg. This is going to be awesome. Our first stop is the Visitor Center down on the Baltimore Pike, so let's roll. Let's make this last day count, shall we? Just a little checking out. Last look, folks. Look at that, how cute. Anybody for a little fish? We gotta get going now. Wouldn't you believe I forgot to zip up a pocket? Ready, Dad?
Let's take it in.
I second that notion. Very foggy today. People from Georgia, Vermont, Illinois, and then there's us from New York.
It's no, that's the end there. Okay. I don't think this is one way.
Head north.
Bye, Perkins. Thanks for the free food.
In 150 feet, turn left toward US 30 West, York Street. Turn left toward US 30 West, York Street, then turn right.
Dairy Queen right there, just like on the map. And look, train tracks.
Take the next right toward US 30 West, York Street, then turn left onto US 30 West. Take the next left onto US 30 West, York Street.
This guy's coming.
Continue on US 30 West for 3/4 of a mile. In 1,000 feet, slight right onto York Street. In 1,000 feet, at the traffic circle, take the third exit onto Baltimore Street, Lincoln Square.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to downtown Gettysburg. Already have that eerie sense in me.
Mile, continue straight to stay on Baltimore Street.
Zippers.
The fog makes an eerie sense, doesn't it? Ooh, uniforms.
Continue straight to stay on Baltimore Street.
(1863) Inn of Gettysburg. Right next to a Irish Brigade gift shop.
Continue for 1 mile.
Spooky. Ooh, artifacts. And there's the cemetery. Ooh, ha, 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 ha. Ooh, that's a good look. Oh my gosh, look at all this. Here we are at the battlefields. Military Museum. Oh, check that out. It's got an artillery tractor. This shall be an interesting day.
In a 1/4 mile, turn right on.
Cars straight ahead.
Take the next right.
Windows open. Windows.
Alright, I'll just do it.
So here we are, everybody. We're at our first stop. We are going into the big circular building that's just beyond the trees up there. That is the visitor center. That was the first place we were told to go. And now, there we go. Let's get on with this tour, shall we? This ought to be interesting. Let's roll. Yo, Dad.
Yo.
You look at all the lands behind us. You can imagine all these lands were infested with Civil War soldiers back in 1863. And now they're basically festered with the essence of the dead.
That's disgusting.
I don't think I need to say anything more about that. For now. That up there, folks, is the building we're going to. That's the visitor center. Ah. Cyclorama. Got ourselves a new map. Now to get in line for tickets. And here we go. Got our tickets. Now we're moving in. Check out the picture behind me. That, in 1863, is what Little Round Top looked like, right here. And over there, that's Big Round Top. Another one of those bloody sites of the battlefield. But we'll see that outside. So, let's head on into the museum, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you, this is the gun, the type of gun that my cannonball from the Civil War at home was fired from. This is the 3-inch ordnance rifle, the most widely produced gun of the Civil War. More than 30,000 of these were built. You look at this thing. Isn't that magnificent? Judging by the height, this thing's probably slightly longer than I am tall. As we look at the information card, right here, pause it if you need to read it. It says, has like that, bore of 3-inch, tube material of cast steel. Listen to this. That's steel, all right. That's solid steel. Whole length of tube, 73 inches. I'm 64 inches, so this thing is 9 inches longer than me. Weight of tube, 835 pounds. 835 pounds. That is like, that's more than 6 times my weight. Powder charge of 1 pound. And a range at 5 degrees elevation, 1,835 yards. You're thinking about this as the range of a tank gun in modern times, But these things were very accurate, believe it or not. Even though they didn't have a long range and they only fired shots that wouldn't be considered standard for today. But yeah, you look at this thing. In fact, let me show you this little angle, okay? Watch this. Okay, look at that. See the two sights? And you look at the top of the barrel, there's another sight. It's amazing how artillery has evolved, from simple cannons like this to long-range, hard-hitting field artillery and howitzers. Now then, let's continue on with the rest, shall we?
bridges to attack Sickles' forces. Union forces mount Little Round Top just moments before
Thank you. Well, folks, that was an interesting first stop. Took us a few hours to get through that place, but there's a lot of information on that stuff about the Civil War, and especially the Battle of Gettysburg. You gotta realize, 620,000 Americans took their lives during the Civil War, and out of that total, 58,000 died here. 28,000 Confederate casualties and 23,000 Union casualties. That's a lot. It's absolutely sad. You gotta realize, there's a lot that goes into this. But it just shows you how bloody this war was for us. So now we're gonna go back to the car and drop a couple souvenirs off, and they're only small ones for this. And then we're gonna start going on the first trail, which starts right behind this place. So let's get a move on, shall we? Well, folks, here we go. This is the start of the first trail going through Gettysburg. We are now heading up to the famous Cemetery Ridge that held against Pickett's charge, and heading up towards General Meade's headquarters, the commanding general of this area at the time. As we go through these woods, you just put yourself in the shoes of a Civil War soldier, either Union or Confederate, and you just picture yourself. And yes, as you see, I have the old monopod back. You just picture yourself going through these woods, having to fight your fellow countrymen, your brothers, and just this senseless, useless fight. Mainly over the stinking thing called slavery. You just picture this going through here. It's very solemn. As you look, all the hills. As you know, that was the crucial high ground that the Confederates just could not take. They gained ground, but not the high ground. So, watch these videos, and you just think and picture what it would have been like to be here. Remember that. Yep. Watch the ground, maybe you'll find a relic or two. After 155 years. Okay, folks, here's what we got. You take a look at this right here. Take a look behind me. That house of the Lydia Leicester's farm, this was the headquarters of General G.G. Meade. And there's a monument right there with a cannon on it. This, right here on this land, where several of the New York infantry did their defense of Gettysburg here. Take a look behind me. You see all the hills. And up there, that's where we're going next. That is Cemetery Ridge. That's one of the most intense fight scenes of Gettysburg. So, let's go. Here we go. Up to Cemetery Ridge. Up from General Meade's headquarters. Sorry about all the wobbling. Here's something for all you Western New Yorkers. Monument of the 10th New York Infantry National Zouaves, 2nd Brigade, 3rd Division, 2nd Corps. July 3rd, 1863. As we move on, we have another monument with some cannons here. We have a look right here. The monument says, Army of the Potomac, Artillery Reserve, 1st Regular Brigade, Batteries Foxtrot and Kilo, 3rd U.S. Artillery, 6 12-pounders, Lieutenant John G. Turnbull, commanding. July 1st, took position on crest of hill near General Meade's headquarters. July 2nd, moved to a position on the right of a log house on the Emmetsburg Road on the line held by Brigadier General A. Humphreys' 2nd Division, 3rd Corps, and became immediately engaged but was compelled to retire with the loss of 45 horses killed and 4 guns captured, which were soon afterwards recaptured. July 3rd, went into position on the crest of the hill at the left of the Evergreen Cemetery and near Army headquarters, and there remained until the close of the battle. Casualties: killed 1 officer and 8 men wounded, 14 men missing. Men killed 1 officer and 8 men, wounded 14 men, missing 1 man. And there we have it, the battlefield. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, here is one of the spots of one of the most crucial battles of the Battle of Gettysburg. You're gonna take a look. As we come along, you see these cannonades here. Probably wondering, why is this here on Cemetery Ridge? Well, let me tell you. You take a look behind me now. All that out there is the site of the last charge that would ever take place here in Gettysburg, and the single largest infantry and cavalry charge of the entire Civil War. Ladies and gentlemen, Here on Cemetery Ridge, on July 3rd, 1863, is where Pickett's charge happened. Within an hour, they would come up, storm this place, get slaughtered, and be forced to retreat. We have a look over here behind me now. And we have a monument here. As we look, here we are. 6 3-inch ordnance rifles.
Okay, so we're going to gather on this cannon right here.
There's a tour going on, so we'll just keep going. But yeah, this is the ridge. And you have a look. This is where Pickett's charge happened. And you can imagine, as it said, out there is Seminary Ridge. That was the ridge that we were forced to fall back from. And we took up control on Cemetery Ridge here, Cemetery Hill, which is over there, and back behind there, which you just saw, which was General Meade's headquarters. And here we have another monument. Heroism, it says. The 71st Pennsylvania participated in all the principal battles of the Army of the Potomac and most of the minor ones. Until mustered out at the expiration of its term of service, July 2nd, 1864, it numbered during its service nearly 2,300 men, the total loss during the period being about 1,800. Now we come around to the front. The Philadelphia Brigade. Pause the video if you wish to see this. And another one. Patriotism. Pause it. And the California Regiment. 71st Pennsylvania Volunteers, commanded by Colonel R. Penn Smith, carried into action 24 officers, 300 enlisted men. Casualties included: killed 2 officers and 19 enlisted men. Wounded 3 officers, 55 men. Missing 3 officers, 16 men, a total of 98. The 2nd Brigade of the 2nd Division of the 2nd Corps. This was the cost of life here. Bloody, but crucial. Take another look, folks. Can you imagine that? Artillery! Fire! These battlefields are so massive here. Now, it's time to go check out things down in the town. Let's go. Now, folks, we're at another good spot. Take a look at this. Welcome to the Battlefield Military Museum in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Across the way is the Evergreen Cemetery. And right behind me, look at this. This is a World War II artillery tractor. This thing has everything from the Civil War to the Second World War. So, let's go inside and take a look, shall we? Come on. Holy Moses. Oh my gosh, look at all these.
Hello.
Wow.
How are you today?
Absolutely great. This is an astonishing place already. Woo-wee! Alright, let's get a move on, shall we? Let's wrap this up before we gotta head back to HOME in WNY. Okay, folks, we're going down the Baltimore Pike right now. Before we head down into Gettysburg, I figured I'll show you this. Welcome to the Soldiers National Cemetery. And right next to that, down the road, is the Evergreen Cemetery. Oh, check this out. The Wright 82nd DVI. That is probably Delaware Volunteer Infantry, I bet. July 2nd to 3rd, 1863. It's quite incredible. And here's a map of the cemetery right here on this placard, so if you need to, pause the video to have a look. Now, we don't have too much time, so what we're going to do is we are going to cross the pike and take a look at this across the hill, because there's another spot of battle here. So, we're going to cross. Check for traffic. We're good. Be crossing. And take a look at the hill. All these monuments and cannons. This is absolutely beautiful. And here, we have this plaque here. Gettysburg Address, nearby, November 19th, 1863. In dedicating the National Cemetery, Abraham Lincoln gave the address. Which he had written in Washington and revised after his arrival at Gettysburg the evening of November 18th. Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission, 1949. It's incredible. That was a dedicated president. One dedicated to the country and its people. Now, let's take a look and see what else we have, shall we? Welcome to Cemetery Hill, folks. This was another part of the crucial battle. As I showed you Cemetery Ridge over there, this is Cemetery Hill. So take a look. And here we have written, Army of the Potomac, 1st Corps, Artillery Brigade, Battery Bravo, 4th U.S. Artillery, 12 6-pounders. 12 pounders was the size of the gun and the weight of the shell. Lieutenant James Stewart commanding. July 1st, in position about 200 yards south of the seminary, until 3 p.m. when ordered to the support of Brigadier General J.C. Robinson's Division, 1st Corps, and took position on Seminary Ridge, one half of the battery between the Chambersburg Pike and the railroad cut. The other half north of the cut, in the corner of the woods, was actively engaged. The battery afterwards retired with the troops up to Cemetery Hill, where it went into position on the Baltimore Pike opposite Evergreen Cemetery, commanding the approach from the town. 2 guns on the pike and 2 in the field, 2 guns having been disabled. July 2nd and 3rd remained in this position. Casualties: killed 2 men, 2 wounded, 2 officers, and 29 men. Missing 3 men. The incredible sacrifice of the Union to save the United States of America then. It is no offense to those in the South, but in this battle, both sides were costly, but yet the Union still prevailed. Now, we have a look, and we take a look at this monument up here. Ladies and gentlemen, the monument of Major General Winfield Scott Hancock, United States Army, born February 18th, 1874, died February 9th, 1886. You'll know a lot of these generals for the time are pictured with them being on horses. And also, that's basically what it was, because it was mainly bent on the cavalry. And then nowadays, you see them on the tanks. And take a look at this. Here's a picture of the attack here. Artillery! Fire! Fire! Cool. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to one of the saddest parts of the Battle of Gettysburg. Take a look. You look at this structure behind me. This is the Jenny Wade house. During the battle, Jenny Wade, a housewife, was here taking care of wounded Union soldiers, when all of a sudden, one day, a stray bullet, went through the door into the kitchen and hit Jenny Wade in the heart, killing her instantly. It's a really sad thing that happened to her. We're going to go up, and you're going to see the door with the hole that went in and killed her. So, follow me. Now, I'm not sure which door it is because last time I saw this was on a show, so bear with me. Here it is, folks. That right there is the hole. That is the hole from a stray bullet. Across this area is a hotel. Before this hotel was built, chances are, judging by the trajectory of the bullet, probably came from the north of town where the Confederate sharpshooters were. Now, I can't say for certain, but that bullet went through this door here and took poor Jenny's life. And as you look on the side of the house, there are other bullet holes as well. Sorry, a stink bug landed on me. You can see this house riddled with bullet holes. Oh my gosh, look at this. Take a look at this, folks. That in there is still a piece of a bullet that got lodged in there, and it hasn't been able to get out. Oops. Sorry. But yeah, and you look, there's even more here. The awful part about this is just how the loss of innocence here. A woman just trying to do her part, and she paid the price for it, unfortunately. So, we're going to continue the tour, and just remember, this shows you how important this battle was to the Civil War and the history of the American culture. Okay, folks, the second last stop on our tour. This one I always wanted to come to. So here, let's take a look, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Gettysburg train station, where President Abraham Lincoln gave his Gettysburg Address. And here's the railroad that goes right through and down the other way. I'm gonna do us a little favor and cross. That's me running, you can see why it's bouncing. And there you go. Quite a quaint little place, isn't it? Frankly, I'd say it's just cute. Look at that. And then there's one more place we're going to go, and that is the little place called Little Round Top. So, we're gonna get moving. Just get one last look of the rail line. I also wanted to explain something to you guys, so pay close attention. If you see, there's a tank car down there. You go further that way out of town. That was the place known as the Railroad Cut, where the Confederates tried to break through. Well, that didn't happen there, because when they tried to break through, they came down into the low ground, and the Union Army caught them from the high ground and started shooting. Within minutes, 200 of them were dead, several more wounded, and they were forced to retreat. That's why a lot of these places here, the battle was absolutely bloody, very bloody, crucial, but deadly. Absolutely nuts. Alright folks, here's the final destination on our tour. That up there is famous Little Round Top. This is the site where Union General Sykes held out against Confederate General Longstreet's forces coming up here from the ridge, as you see behind me, right here, trying to take that hill. They were forced to hold the flank of General Sickles' army, so that way... Okay, that was different. They were trying to break from the south. This was the southern end of the fish hook. So right over there is Big Round Top, and this is where the Union forces held out. So we're going to see if we can go up there. Stay tuned. Heading up to the Little Round Top now. Yeah, I will.
Good.
Yep. You'll note I was sitting on the sunroof of my car getting this. And now, folks, we are officially at the top. This is the top of Little Round Top. Another one of those crucial points during the Battle of Gettysburg. So, let's go check it out. Let's see what we're going to be able to see from up here. Oh yeah, look at that.
Let's see it blow. Yeah.
Here it is, folks. Down there through the wheat fields, the Confederates came that way. And down they came through here, having to come from that ridge over there all the way up here. Became known as the Valley of Death. Ouch. I also forgot to mention this, folks. As you pay close attention, you look on these maps, it'll show this. It says right here, number 1, which is over there with those trees, Warfield Ridge. Number 2, down there, was known as the Slaughter Pen. That little tree area there. Right there with those rocks is Devil's Den. They took that, the Confederates, but at very high cost. You come up here to number 4, that's Hook's Ridge over there. Number 5, which is here, was known as the Valley of Death. How awful. Number 6 over there, South Mountain. 7 over there is Seminary Ridge. And over there is the Peach Orchard. And this whole area was controlled up here by the Union. As it said with this, the Confederates gained ground, but not the high ground. God, I can just imagine it. And off Little Round Top we go, everybody. Gonna make one last stop in town to get something to eat, and then we're on our way home. So, let's roll.
Where are we going? We gotta go left.
And here, everybody, this is actually our last stop. It's pitch black, and we're going to come and take a look at this. We are now at the railroad cut, where parts of the Confederate Army went down in, and 200 of them never came out alive. So let's go, and let's see how spooky this'll be. Watch your step. Yeah, I know. Here we go. Everybody watch their step. Into the bridge now. Well, can't really get much further than this from up here, but there it is. These are the tracks in the railroad cut.
So this bridge wouldn't have been here.
Yep. Down through here is where the Confederates came. And we've gone off that way. Let's see. But this goes to show you just how they tried to break through. And well, that's what got them. A bloodbath. Appears we got the path that goes down through that way. Or we got this spot right here. Watch yourselves now. Well, here we are. This is it. This is the railroad cut. And then back that way is the town. And you'll think it was pretty scary to see that stuff in the day. Imagine being here at night when the paranormal comes out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this, for now, we bid Gettysburg farewell. We are having a little bite to eat, and then we are heading out. I hope you guys enjoyed this last day. We shall catch you guys on the way home. So, let's go.
Andy Barr. This is where the Democrats have nominated Amy McGrath. She's the former fighter pilot. She had that viral ad that raised all sorts of money, raised her profile. The interesting thing about that district, this is a district Donald Trump won by double digits in 2016. Obviously, it's Kentucky, but it's a district that's got Lexington, which is a college town, University of Kentucky. It's got the area, the sort of suburban, white-collar professional area right outside Lexington. That's about half the district right there, and then it's got sort of a class.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Paxton Street. Signs for I-83, I-81.
Energy imbalance, if there's a surge, and if McGrath is overperforming what like Hillary Clinton did significantly in the rural parts, and that thing is erasing, and she's ahead there, that I think is important the rest of the night.
That's a great turn right onto Paxton Street. Signs for I-83, I-81.
Right, so it was rural, Pennsylvania, but parts of the sort of Pittsburgh suburb do something about it. That's next.
It's a 24-hour channel dedicated to politics. Monday in Florida, heading to a campaign event, President Trump commented on Republicans in the upcoming midterms.
Everyone wants my endorsement, actually. They all want my endorsement. I think it was 48-1 for the primaries. And I think we do equally as well, or almost as well. I guess that's a pretty good number to beat, but almost as well.
Amplified division among rival campaigns and factions. The Times tonight reports that those are the proposals that were sent to the Trump campaign by the Israeli firm, offering their services. The paper says the correspondence was
going, that there's still something for their voters to fight for, and I think this tactic of talking about the angry mob is one way to do that, but it's going to be tough to station having historically low approval ratings since taking office. Despite the fact that the economy is strong, he of course resorts more so to these culture wars, to this us versus them message that he believes drives.
When we get over to the grave, is this any party outright deciding American and spending money and trying to run to the finish line?
And not only this point, but I do think if we get closer, you'll see that parties begin to pull back. Listen, the challenge for Donald Trump is this. He has made every day of the last 2 years about him, the news cycle about him. And what he can't get away from is November 6th will also therefore be about him. If you look at North Dakota, it favored Donald Trump, as you said, by 30-plus points. In Arizona, Nevada, those are closer states. West Virginia, Manchin might pull it out. The remarkable thing coming off of the intensity of Kavanaugh with the divisiveness of Kavanaugh. Nothing really shifted. If you are looking at the House, you want to be a Democrat.
Welcome to New York State.
There's a shift of control of the Democrats.
Onward home. Let's go.
The Republicans still remain favored to hold the Senate.
Decades of travel, no more handing out cash for everyone that helps you reposition your luggage, and never again will you
Almost home, folks.
Leaves are falling here.
3/4 of a mile.
In 3/4 of a mile,
Turn left on Colony Court.
That was the owl.
Oh, I didn't even catch it on here.
That was the owl.
Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back home at 1:45 in the morning. There's Daddy-O. Yo, lights on.
Hello, Cooper. Hi, baby. Hello, little baby. This is Cooper.
Yeah, you want a better look at him?
Here's a better look. Hi, Cooper. Did you miss me, buddy? Did you miss me?
Here we are, back home.
Well, look who's in the rocker. Hello, Jackson.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
He's the lump. Yes, you're the lump. You're the lumpa.
And time to basically shut down for the night. Everybody, we'll see you tomorrow. What is going on, guys? It's me, I'm back, as I promised for this last part of the video, and I got a lot of stuff to show you. Take a look. All this stuff on my bed is all the stuff that I bought on this little trip. And I gotta tell you, I have never spent so much and gotten so much profit from it. So, let's begin. We're gonna start over here. This was one of the most principal things that I was looking to get at the AAF Tank Museum. This is a 1/24th scale RC model of the T-3485. And as you see on the box, it says it's from the 55th Guards Tank Brigade of the 7th Guards Corps in Berlin, 1945. And I gotta tell you, I can't wait to find the others, because I now have 3 of them. I apologize if I'm breathing a lot, I've been pretty sleepy. But this is exciting. I have always wanted these things, and it's been so hard trying to find them. Now, let's move on. I want to give special mention to this right here. I got this in Gettysburg. This is a Korean War service medal. I got this in honor of my great uncle, because he was a medic in Korea, but he never officially got his medal, so I got this in honor of him. And yes, it even comes with a ribbon, and this is the original box too. This, boys and girls, is what is replacing my other officer cap. This is the U.S. Army officer cap with the scrambled egg pattern. Why is it called scrambled egg? Because of these gold patterns on the front. It's just a nickname for it, but that is going to complete my uniform. Next, we move along to this stuff. This right here is a pencil sharpener shaped like the M1A1 105mm field howitzer that the Army used. Isn't that incredible? And it goes a lot with a lot of my other stuff. More for the collection, more for the world record. This one right here, this one I just could not help but get. This is a pencil sharpener model of the World Trade Center Twin Towers that were attacked in the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks of 9/11. I could not help but not get this. Or, excuse me, get this. I just had to get it. Next, we move along with 3 ship models from the Civil War. This is a model of the USS Cairo, which was an ironclad built off of a paddle steamer. You could tell a paddle steamer because of those big circles right there, because that was housed the paddle wheels. Now, this is one of the 2 types of ironclads. There were ones that looked like barges like this, and there were ones that were known as monitors, which had turrets. And, speaking of which, I give you the original monitor, USS Monitor. And yes, this is the one that fought at the Battle of Hampton Roads. Now, I did notice a little issue with this when I first got it. As you look at the turret right there, those guns are way too small. So what I'm thinking is, perhaps we could probably take them off and probably re-glue them back on at the right level of the turret. It's pretty incredible how a history major can pick up on little imperfections like that. And of course, here's its opponent from there, the CSS Merrimack or Virginia. If any of you know your Civil War history, I know some, this was built off of the sunken remains of the USS Merrimack, which, instead of being burned like it was supposed to, it got sunk. It was deliberately sunk by the Union, and then the Confederates resurfaced it and built it as a huge ironclad. And this thing did the most damage during the Battle of Hampton Roads by sinking 2 Union ships and almost trying to do another. What for? But when the Monitor came in, this thing really got the hell scared out of it. Now, the reason with these 2 is because it was the Monitor that really won the battle strategically, because it had the first operating gun turret. Had it not been for the Monitor's gun turret, a lot more battleships would have been looking like that. Now then, we continue on, down here at the front. This right here I got at the Smithsonian. It's an ornament for Christmas, and it's got a P-51 Mustang in it. What can I say? P-51 Mustang is my favorite aircraft ever. This right here I got in Gettysburg at the Military Museum. This is a .58 caliber Union bullet made out of pure lead that was dug up in Virginia. But this thing, you have to know, is many people have known it as the mini ball. No, that is incorrect. The French originally designed this because it's known as the Minié ball, because it was named after the French inventor Minié. Know your history, folks? You'll remember that. This right here is nothing special. I got a little earring set for one of my female friends who doesn't usually get to go on trips a lot. Her name's Michaela Weber, so I like to be special for friends because back in high school, friends were everything. I got this in Gettysburg. This is for our camper, and it's, well, like I said, it's just a sticker, but it's gonna go on the back with all the other stickers of the places that we've gone to. And yeah, this is it. This is that. Now these 3 things here, those are commemorative coins. This one right here is the Civil War 150th anniversary, and it's also for the 155th anniversary of Gettysburg, July 1st to 3rd, 1863. And on the other side, right there, copper, .999 fine. That's right, this thing is pure copper. The other one I recognized even before I saw the name. You Navy boys, you should know this. That's the USS Constitution, Old Ironsides. You should know from the Navy symbol. And on the other side, similar thing, but with the US Eagle, shield, and the arrows. And these were on a 3 for $15 deal, so I also got this, which is to represent a $2 bill. Is that not funny? They turned that into a challenge coin to represent a $2 bill. But moving along, we now bring you to the books. Here's one that I got for $3 right here. Union Monitors. This shows you the first ships to have the first class of gun turrets. As I said, starting with the USS Monitor in 1862. You probably just heard my cat meow out there. This is Trains to Victory, America's Railroads in World War II. I had been trying to get this book for years now, and I finally got it myself. This explains everything that happened with the U.S. railroads during the Second World War. Now, these next series of books I got at the Smithsonian, And along with them, I got a temporary free subscription to Air and Space magazine. So that's pretty cool. So, we'll move this. We'll start with this one. Watson's Wizards, Operation Lusty, and the Race for Nazi Aviation Technology. That's basically said and done right there, because this was the hunt to get German technology at the end of the Second World War, besides the scientists, so we could improve on our things. So, that's basically said and done. Now this one, the Big Book of X-Bombers and X-Fighters. USAF jet-powered experimental aircraft and their propulsive systems. Basically, there's nothing really much to explain about that. It explains about all the stuff that we attempted to do, and a lot of them failed, but it led to great successes. Here's one that was interesting. Top 50 military aircraft. And you look at all these, like, you should be able to tell a lot of these things. Like right there, there's the Zero, the F-22 Raptor, and there's the B-25 Mitchell. Oh, and you look on the back, there's the Harrier jump jet. So yeah, I love books like this. Now these next two are were in a series, the first and second in a series. So I wanted to get them, so here they are. American Secret Projects, Fighters, Bombers, and Attack Aircraft, 1937 to 1945. Pretty cool, you see that stuff? Anybody who plays War Thunder, you'll see probably at least one of those in there. Brandon Morgan, I'm talking to you. And this next one, Japanese Secret Projects, X-Planes and Experimental Aircraft of the Imperial Japanese Army and Imperial Japanese Navy, 1922 to 1945. Quite impressive, isn't it? So, let's continue. These two plane models right here, I also got at the Smithsonian. They're of my two favorite aircraft right here. We got the P-51 Mustang. This is a red tail. And we got a Flying Tiger, which is a P-40 Warhawk. And you can see that's the symbol of the Chinese Air Force back during the time when Japan attacked. And yes, who can go without a little sweet sometimes? Now this is funny. This is a bumper sticker, and it says, "Another crazy ferroequinologist out chasing trains." And if you hadn't heard what I said before about what a ferroequinologist is, a ferroequinologist, it works like this. Ferroequinology is turned into two things. Ferro, which means iron, and equine means horses. It's the study of iron horses, so it's the study of the railroads. And that's what I am. I'm a studier of the railroads. Moving on. We got this nifty shot glass from Gettysburg. Shows you a lot of the stuff from it. Pretty cool, isn't it? Got another shot glass from the Smithsonian, the Stephen F. Varghese Center. And this has my favorite jet ever, the Blackbird, on it. Is that not a sexy beast? And I also got this little shot glass from the AAF. Nothing special, but you look at the bottom, it's colored. Pretty cool, huh? And I got a couple of magnets. This one's from Gettysburg, like it shows. The 155th anniversary, July 1863. Now this one is from the AAF. I had a hard time choosing because the AAF had so many different ones. It had the T-72, it had the M47 Patton, and then it had this, but it's just like, I couldn't help it. I liked the Panzer IV, so what did I do? I chose the one that was the Panzer IV. And to wrap this up, we got all this stuff here. So we'll actually start with this one. This right here is a 1/32nd motorized model of the Tiger I. I have two other models like this. They are the King Tiger, its big brother, and the M1 Abrams. I'm having a little bit of trouble with the King Tiger because a lot of it doesn't seem to want to stay together. It stutters when it moves, so we'll see if this one's any better. Down here, we have three 1/72nd scale models. This first one I've been wanting to get. Now you'd probably be noticing, yes, that's a T-34-76. But this one is one of those known as the Butterpanzer, which means the German captured tanks, because you see the German Balkenkreise on it. This one, I'm pretty sure, is the model 1942. It says that. Actually, this is the model 1943. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's wrong, because the 1943 would have had the hatches on the top of the hexagonal turret. But yeah, pretty incredible, isn't it? Now these two I had to get as a set because that's how they were during the Gulf War. So let's start with the smaller one. This right here, folks, This is a 1/72nd scale model of the M2 Bradley fighting vehicle. That's right, it's the one that has the 25mm chain gun and a tow missile rocket launcher. And these things actually got more kills in the Gulf War than the Abrams, believe it or not. But when it came to the battles of both, the superior optics of the Bradleys would be used for the spotting power of the Abrams. And speak of the devil, I just happened to grab one, an M1A1 Abrams. I had to choose between the desert and the green. I like the green better because the olive drab is more original for the Army. Better said than done there. And here's a Kobe model of the ZIS-2. As you saw at the AAF, this is the 57mm Russian anti-tank gun. It was one of the most effective anti-tank guns of the war. It could basically take on any German tank it wanted, except for those like the King Tiger and all that. But that's that. Also, I have this. This is a Kobe model of the Flugzeugabwehrkanone, the flak gun, the infamous 88. What can I say? A deadly gun. You had to know how to deal with it. And next, this is one that I also wanted to get. What can I say? Here we are, the M4 Sherman. Now this one says it's the M4A1. Actually, that's incorrect, because you look at the shape of the hull, this would be the M4A3 hull right here, and especially with the turret with the mantlet. But, what can I say? To finish this up, this is an incredible model that I got. Take a look at this! Now you realize, Kobe is a Polish company, and what can I say? This is a Polish tank. This is a Kobe model of the PT-91 Twardy. Twardy in Polish means steel. Literally, it means the material steel. And I couldn't help but get this because, well, it's Polish. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this last part of the video. And I hope you guys can help me out to get up to 1,000 subscribers. I'm not even up to 100, so let's see how well we can do. And don't forget to smash that like button. And remember to post your comments in the description. And just remember, the next time you see me on the next video, by then my channel will have changed to The Tank Commander, to make it sound more official. And remember, roll out.